Hey guys, so this is just gonna be a quick video on what I've been reading these past 2 weeks or so. I'm not gonna make it super long. I'm just gonna go over the manga that I'm reading, and yeah, I don't read enough like in a week. School started and I have work, and so I just don't have time to read as much as I did before. So I'm just gonna go over a couple things that I've been reading with the last few weeks. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is Junji Ito's Venus in the Blind Spots. So this is his newest short story collection thing that he brings out. They usually have about 2 a year. This is the one in August, and there's another one coming out in December. Yeah, it's in December. I already have that one pre-ordered. I love Junji Ito. If you're in the manga community, then you should know who Junji Ito is by now. If you haven't picked up anything by him, please do. He's awesome. He does such great horror manga. I feel so bad. Like, horror is like one of my favorite genres actually, and we just do not get enough in the West. That's a fact. Unfortunately, like, I love Junji Ito, but he's literally like, I think, the only horror mangaka that we get here that people like obsess over. But there's so many more horror mangakas out there that really need to be explored. But I'm just rambling on. So yes. This is just another one of his short stories. I found out that 2 of the stories that are in here are found in other mangas of his other short stories that he has, which is kind of unfortunate because he has so much. Like, if you know, like, he has so much manga that hasn't been published in English yet. And so I'm surprised that they would just put 2 that's already published. But, I mean, whatever. It's just 2 out of all the other ones. And they're still really good stories. But yeah, here's the cover. I just want to, for you guys to look at it, because it's freaking gorgeous. Like, look at the detail in this freaking eyeball. Look at her eyelashes. Even the girl, she's super pretty. Yeah, and it starts, so, the first few pages are like these art, like some of his art, which I think is gorgeous. I'll just show you guys. Like, just look at it. It's so pretty. So creepy and amazing and awesome. And the pages are like perforated, so you can kind of rip them out and just post them on your wall. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's like up to you. I don't mind because I know I'm never gonna sell this because I love Junji Ito. I would take this man's manga to my grave. I swear to God. But yes. So each source story is just his normal. Like, if you read Junji Ito, then you already know his normal creepy ass body horror type manga. Trigger warning, some of this stuff is not for everybody. Like, people will get creeped out from some of the things that he draws. I mean, I'm just gonna show the first page of one of the short stories in here. This one's actually my favorite one. It's called Billions Alone. Trigger warning, I'm just gonna say it's kind of creepy, but just look. Like, look how beautiful this art is. They're like sewn together, and look at their faces. Yeah, it's creepy. It's creepy as all hell. But yeah, he's great. This was a really good one. I did enjoy a lot of the stories in here. This might be one of my favorites. One of my favorite of his like short stories type ones. None of these stories are connected, by the way, so you could read one and then skip a story and then read another one and it'd be no issues. It's not like Uzumaki where like it's all kind of, they're all short stories but all connected around the same people and around the same town. This is a little different than that, but yeah. And the next manga that I want to talk about that I've read was Demon Slayer Volume 16. Let's just appreciate this beautiful cover. Look how beautiful they look. They're so pretty. Yeah, spoiler warning, if you haven't read this far, then just skip this part. This part kind of ends the training arc or whatever, and starts the the second to last arc. I thought it was actually going to be the last arc, but the second to last arc. Because I know we're almost done. I think there's only going to be like 23 volumes of this. So 16, we're almost there. And I'm really excited. And this is one of the only manga that I, like, once I get it, I read it the same day. I don't know. I get excited about it because I know it's been over already and there's some issues with the ending, but I haven't read that far, so that's, you know, that's for something else. Like, so far, I'm loving the story. I think it's great. I'm excited for seeing how this ends and seeing how everyone, just, you know, how if Nezuko comes back to, like, being human, or, like, because also there's a lot of unanswered questions as well. Like, what is Tanjiro? Like, why does Tanjiro have this weird red thing in this weird scar on his forehead? Like, why, like, who is this person that always shows up? Like, it looks like Tanjiro but older. So yes, I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to see, like, where this goes. The art is pretty, like I've said, I think I've said this multiple times. I really like the art of Demon Slayer. I know a lot of people give a shit because it's not the best or whatever, but I like the little wonky, quirky type art. It's different. I get it. It's not perfect, but I mean, I don't expect perfection, and art is definitely a subjective thing. So what I like, you might not like. So yes, but yeah. And look at the cover. Look at everyone being cute as fuck. And the next manga that I read was Goodbye by Yoshihiro Tatsume, which is a Gekiga mangaka. I really wanted to get into Gekiga. I've heard great things about it, so I decided to pick specifically this mangaka because I've heard a lot about him and work. So I just picked up Goodbye. I really enjoyed this. It is a lot of short stories, similar to Junji Ito-ish, kind of a little bit, but not horror. You know, there's no real fantasy. Not that I remember it being so fantastical like Junji Ito, and there's not much of, like, the body horror that Junji Ito brings to the story. But yeah. Most of this is set, so this kind of takes place after World War II, after the whole, you know, atomic bomb thing. So this talks about, like, the struggles that happened during that time. All these stories are sad. Like, just go into it knowing that none of this has a happy ending. You should not expect a happy ending. Most of the time there's no real ending at all. It's kind of like almost like a snippet of somebody's life of, like, what they're doing right now, and yeah, pretty much that's pretty much what it is. The art is really simple in my opinion. It's kind of goofy at times. A lot of the people kind of have the same faces. I'm not gonna lie. At first I was like, wait, are they all the same character? But I don't think they are. They just kind of look the same. I'll just show you an example of what the art looks like. Looks like this. This guy's chilling in the water. Yeah. But if you go into this, just remember, like, this is for mature audiences. So there's a lot of darker themes in this. Gekiga is like was a movement in, like, the 1960s or something like that. I don't remember exactly what year it was. Because manga before that was mainly aimed for children, and Gekiga was like, nah. You know, all these mangakas were like, nah, like, this could be for adults too. So it's just a movement of these more mature, darker stories that are aimed for adults. Yeah, my favorite short story in this was Goodbye. That one really hit me hard. I think that one's really sad and kind of made me cry a little bit at the end. Like, it's kind of depressing. Yeah, like, just prepare to be depressed, but it's good. Like, if you like that type of stuff, like, I do enjoy feeling uncomfortable. I like stories that make me feel uncomfortable. That's why I really like Orogoro, if you guys know what that is, erotic gore type manga, because I feel uncomfortable, and I kind of like that feeling of being uncomfortable. I don't know if that makes sense. It could just be me, but this kind of in that domain a little bit, but not really, not as graphic as Orogoro could be. But yes, I really enjoyed it, and I do plan on picking up more Gekiga manga in the future. And the last thing I want to talk about that I've been reading is currently rereading just reading all of Fruit Basket. I bought like volumes 1. I was just missing volumes like 5 through 12 or whatever, and so I bought all of it. So I'm going to read. I decided to read from the beginning to the end. So I've read volumes 1 and 2 of the omnibuses, and yeah. If you know what Fruit Basket is, it's about this girl, Toru Honda, who loses her mother. She ends up staying in in a tent in the woods for some reason, because of her grandfather doing renovation, and she didn't want to bother her friends, so she decided to just stay in the woods, which I think is really funny. But this poor girl. But one day she's found out by these two males, Shigure and Yuki. Shigure is not an older man, he's like in his 20s. And Yuki is a boy who actually goes to school with her. They're both part of the Soma family. And and then she ends up living with them, and from there she meets Kyo, and she learns their family secret, and spoiler, their family secret, like, they're cursed by the 12 animals of the zodiacs. So once they get hugged, they turn into one of the animals of the zodiac. So Yuki turns into a rat, Kyo turns into a cat, Shigure turns into a dog, and so on and so forth. And the story kind of goes from there, and how she helps them break the curse. But in these 2 volumes, all we really learn is we just get introduced to all the characters. Like each chapter, we get introduced to a different zodiac. Let me see. We got introduced to Yuki's brother, Ayame. I forgot the guy's name. The doctor guy, Momiji, which actually, Momiji's story always makes me cry. I think he's one of the strongest people ever. Well, fictional characters, he's not real, but he's definitely pretty strong to continue to smile after everything that's gone through like what he's gone through. It's really depressing and really sad. But yeah, if you've seen the anime, especially the new 2019, I think, because this is still the first season, the 2019 anime, this is pretty much what happens in that happens in this. It's pretty faithful to the story, I noticed, especially the new anime. They're doing such a great job. But yes, it was really good. And that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. What are you guys reading? You know, comment below what you guys are currently reading, what you've read. If you've read the same thing as me, what are your thoughts on these manga? Like, did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think it's stupid? Like, anything you guys want to talk about, like, you know, we can make a conversation about it and talk about it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Please like or subscribe. Yep. Have a good day. Bye.